A lot of action. The North versus South All-Star High School football game at Hancock Whitney Stadium this afternoon. Our sports director, Emily Cochran, has a recap of all the action.
High school football's best in the North going head-to-head with the best in the South. Some of our area's top talent taking the field today for one final time as a high school player. The 65th annual North-South All-Star game featured a handful of stars from around the state, getting one last chance to put on the pads and represent their school. Some of them are well known around the Gulf Coast. Quarterback Josh Flowers from Baker, his head coach Steve Norman in attendance today. NC State running back commit Ronnie Royal, who just won a state championship with Gulf Shores, and his head coach Mark Hudspeth was in the stands to see him play. We also saw running backs Colton Nero from Foley and DJ Butler from Davidson. But that's just a few names from a loaded South team, led by Montgomery Catholic and MGM head coaches Kurt Johnson and Zach Golson. Troy commit out of UMS Wright Joe Lott put on a show on defense, coming up with an interception and a fumble in the first quarter. The North got on the board first, though, to take an early lead. But there was an injury on the field with 4 seconds left to play, and both teams gathered around to pray over Saraland O-lineman Brandon Autry, who was carted off the field but gave a thumbs up to the crowd on the way out. Then it was time for the second quarter, and the South answered back with a touchdown run from Daphne's Nick Clark, and we were all tied up at 7 early in the second. From Hancock Whitney Stadium, I'm Emily Cochran, Fox 10 Sports.
All right, I'm going to pick up the play-by-play from here. The North stayed on top throughout the majority of the game, but the South finally taking their first lead with less than a minute left in the third. The North came back to tie in the fourth. However, the South kicked a field goal with just over a minute left to win it 31-28. Daphne's Nick Clark and Oneonta's Demarion Boutwell were named the game's MVPs.